Well, the alleged suicide of a 20-year-old Nepalese student at the Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology in Bhubaneswar, Odisha has led to widespread protests, diplomatic concerns and scrutiny of the university's handling of harassment complaints. The victim, a third-year B.Tech student, was found dead in a hostel room with allegations surfacing that she had been harassed and blackmailed by a fellow student and did not receive support from the institution. Well, the Bhubaneswar Cuttack police have arrested the accused, identified as 21-year-old Lucknow resident Advik Srivastava. The police commissioner Suresh Devdatta Singh said that the authorities were informed about the incident and immediately registered a case. The incident has triggered protests from over 500 Nepali students on campus, which escalated further when university authorities reportedly attempted to forcibly evict them. The situation has since drawn intervention from the Nepalese government. The Nepalese Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli has taken to social media platform X to announce that he has sent 2 embassy officers to Odisha to assist Nepalese students affected by the alleged suicide case. While students continue to demand transparency on this case, the question that comes up is what were the apathetic circumstances that the victim faced at the university, which are still a mystery to some. Well, the Odisha government has constituted a high-level fact-finding committee, is what we are learning, consisting of additional chief secretary, home department principal secretary and higher education secretary. Action to follow based on the panel findings. Akshay, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast to talk more about this. Akshay, क्या जानकारी मिल सकती है इस मामले को लेकर?
देखिए, अभी तो जो फैक्ट फाइंडिंग टीम है फैक्ट फाइंडिंग करेंगे, क्योंकि जो हुआ है, क्योंकि ये इंटरनेशनल कहीं ना कहीं इंटरनेशनल इशू बन गया, इसीलिए जो उड़ीसा गवर्नमेंट है, गवर्नमेंट जब यहाँ आया, गवर्नमेंट को पता चला, गवर्नमेंट कहीं ना कहीं कीट यूनिवर्सिटी के जो अथॉरिटी थे उनके साथ बातचीत भी किए थे और जो छात्राओं को कीट यूनिवर्सिटी के तरफ से नोटिस दिया गया था कि उनको हॉस्टल छोड़ने के लिए बोला गया था, तो उनको वापस लाने के लिए जो उड़ीसा के सरकार के ओर से बोला गया, कीट यूनिवर्सिटी को निर्देश दिया गया था और उसी तहत कीट यूनिवर्सिटी एक नोटिस जारी किया था और नोटिस जारी करके कैसे नेपाली छात्राओं को वापिस बुलाया जाए, कैसे नेपाली छात्रा फिर से हॉस्टल आएंगे, उसके लिए एक वीडियो वार्ता और एक नोटिस भी जारी हुए थे। लेकिन अभी जो उड़ीसा सरकार है, उड़ीसा सरकार के ओर से फैक्ट फाइंडिंग टीम गठित किया गया है और फैक्ट फाइंडिंग टीम ये प्रतीक्षा रहेगा कि फैक्ट फाइंडिंग टीम एक्चुअल में क्या फैक्ट फाइंडिंग करता है, क्या कुछ हासिल होता है, जांच में क्या कुछ हासिल होगा, ये पूरा जांच होने के बाद पता चलेगा।
चलिए, ठीक है। At this point in time, we also have a protesting Nepali student who's joining us on the broadcast. He does not want his name to be revealed. अगर आप मेरी आवाज़ सुन पा रहे हैं सर, तो जवाब दीजिए।
हाँ सर, सुन पा रहे हैं।
देखिए, मैं आपसे आपका नाम तो नहीं पूछूंगा, पर आप ये बताइए कि आप किस वजह से प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं?
सर
जी बताइए।
सर, आवाज आपको क्वेश्चन क्या था सर?
मैं कह रहा हूँ आप किस वजह से प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं, क्या आपकी वजह है, क्या चिंता है यूनिवर्सिटी में इस आत्महत्या के बाद?
सर, हम लोगों का डिमांड तो यही है सर, अब जो सुसाइड हुआ है उसके लिए प्रॉपर एक्शन लिया जाए, वो जो स्टूडेंट है उसके अगेंस्ट एक्शन लिया जाए, ताकि जो अथॉरिटीज जो हाथ किया है, वो जो ना हॉस्टल से घसीट कर निकाले, उसके अगेंस्ट भी कुछ कानूनी कार्रवाई होना चाहिए था।
अच्छा, पर एक कमिटी का गठन तो हुआ है और ये कमिटी जानकारी प्राप्त करने की कोशिश करेगी कि ये क्या मामला था, पर यूनिवर्सिटी के सूत्रों से ये भी खबर आई है कि आप लोगों में से कुछ लोगों को निकालने की भी कोशिश की गई है यूनिवर्सिटी से, उसके बारे में आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
सर, कुछ लोगों को नहीं, सारे नेपाली जितना स्टूडेंट है सारे को हॉस्टल से निकाल दिया गया, वहां से पूरा घसीट के लात मार के जैसे हुए सबका मारपीट के बाउंसर लगा हुआ के।
आपको क्या बोला गया कि आपको क्यों निकाला जा रहा है, कोई वजह दी?
सर, हम लोग तो सुबह सो रहे थे, उसके बाद सुबह 2 घंटा रेस्ट करने आए थे, उसके बाद वही 2 घंटा में 8 बजे आ गया पूरा, मतलब बाउंसर लोग आए पूरा, मतलब रूम से निकाल निकाल के ले जा रहे थे। 5 मिनट का टाइम दिया बैग पैक करने के लिए, वो भी टाइम नहीं दे रहे थे। वो भी किसी बहुत स्टूडेंट का तो मारा भी है, पूरा मारा है, इंजरी भी हुआ है।
हम्म। अभी आप कहाँ पर हैं और क्या सारे ही आपके नेपाली भाइयों को क्या यूनिवर्सिटी से निकाला गया है?
सर मैक्सिमम अब ट्रैवलिंग होम।
मैक्सिमम आर ट्रैवलिंग होम।
ये
इस सुसाइड के बारे में आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे? आपको क्या लगता है कि किसकी लापरवाही से हुआ है? क्या वजह हो सकती है इसकी?
सुसाइड की लापरवाही एक कैंपस का, यूनिवर्सिटी का थोड़ा, मतलब वो अथॉरिटीज ने थोड़ा एक्शन नहीं लिया उस टाइम पे, इसलिए वो हुआ है।
क्या लगता है आपको, क्या एक्शन लेना चाहिए था अथॉरिटीज को?
पहले भी जब मतलब वो केस गया था आईआर में, इंटरनेशनल रिलेशन ऑफिस में, तो उसके बाद सर्टेन साइन वाइन करा कर छोड़ दिया, कोई एक्शन, प्रॉपर एक्शन नहीं लिया गया। उसके बाद बार बार वो मोलेस्ट करते रहा, उसके हिसाब से वो लड़की ने सुसाइड किया, स्टूडेंट नेपाली लड़की ने सुसाइड किया।
क्या ये बात, इस मोलेस्टेशन की जानकारी यूनिवर्सिटी के अधिकारियों के अलावा भी स्टूडेंट्स को, बाकी नेपाली स्टूडेंट्स को पता थी?
नहीं सर, वो हम लोगों को बाद में पता चला। वो तब तक हम लोगों को पता नहीं था। वो जो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन था आईआरओ का था, उन लोगों का पता था। वो 4 वीक्स पहले ही रजिस्टर हुआ था, उधर सारा कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर दिया था, तब पर भी वो हुआ है।
क्या आपको लगता है भारत की अन्य यूनिवर्सिटीज में भी नेपाली स्टूडेंट्स को ऐसा कुछ भेदभाव देखने को या महसूस करने को मिलता है?
तो मैक्सिमम ऐसा सारे कॉलेज में तो नहीं होता है, पर अब वो तो सर उतना नहीं पता, पर होता ही है ऑलमोस्ट।
पर आपकी
गुंडागर्दी पूरा बाउंसर वाउंसर बुलाया कि पूरा बाहर के लोग आ रहा है, कोई सिक्योरिटी गार्ड लग नहीं रहा है, पूरा सब बाहर से बाउंसर वाउंसर बुलाया पूरा। पुलिस साइड में खड़े होकर तमाशा देख रहे थे, बस पुलिस कुछ कर नहीं रहा, बस बाउंसर मार रहे सारे लोग को।
जी, सुनने में ये भी आया है कि कुछ पेरेंट्स ने भी इल्ज़ाम लगाया है कि नेपाली स्टूडेंट्स के साथ ज़्यादातर मिसट्रीटमेंट होता था इस यूनिवर्सिटी में। इस वाक्य को, इस इवेंट को अगर हम अलग भी कर दें तो
सर उस तरह से भी उतना ज्यादा नहीं था, पर इस बार थोड़ा ज्यादा हो गया।
अब आपकी क्या मांग है, आप क्या चाहते हैं?
वही सर, प्रॉपर इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो, और सारे नेपाली का जो डिमांड है, लाइक सारे को नॉर्मल चार्जेस लगा रहा है, वो सब खुद निकाल दिया, सुबह सुबह लात मार के निकाल रहे हैं, वो सब सारे क्या करेगा, वो सॉर्ट आउट उधर होना चाहिए। वही
अब आप ये बताइए कि अब आप अपने हॉस्टल से बाहर हैं, यूनिवर्सिटी से बाहर हैं, ज़्यादातर जो नेपाली स्टूडेंट्स जिनको बाहर किया गया है वो कहाँ हैं?
सर मैक्सिमम घर पहुंच गए, और बहुत लोग है ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं। मैं भी सर ट्रैवल कर रहा हूँ अभी, घर पहुंचने में कल तक तो घर पहुंचूंगा।
आप वापस नेपाल जा रहे हैं?
हाँ सर, कल कुछ प्रॉपर मतलब हॉस्टल से निकालने स्टेशन पर झाड़ दिया, उसके बाद कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं था। हम लोगों के पास टिकट नहीं है, कुछ नहीं है, कैसे जाएंगे पता नहीं है, पर स्टेशन पर झाड़ दिया, उसके बाद कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं। फोन रिसेट कर दिया था, उसके बाद फोन किया सब, बाकी वगैरह हॉस्टल से निकलने से पहले फोन रिसेट कर दिया, तो कितने को मारा धारा सब किया है।
चलिए, हमसे बातचीत करने के लिए आपका शुक्रिया। All right, at this point in time, Tahira Hassan, human rights defender and women rights activist, also joins us on the show. Dr. Kapil Kakkar, psychologist, with us on the program as well. Mr. Vinesh Menon, Director General of FICCI Arise, will be joining us momentarily. Tahira ji, what do you make of this case? And it's really sad, it's really despondent and disheartening to see that these poor students, who had come to our country with aspirations and dreams, have been driven out for no fault of theirs, and find themselves in a position where governments of both the countries have to get involved.
Yes, yeah, it is a very disheartening, and you know that I think accountability must be fixed on university administration, because you know this girl committed suicide. This young girl of engineering college committed suicide due to harassment, blackmailing, and the I mean, it is. Her father said that even the university did not help her. No support she got from the warden, provost, or proctors. I mean, this is a high time. These kind of things must stop. We need a full stop to this, because we are losing lots of intelligent young lives like this. You know, if there was some this type of abusive, she was in abusive relationship too, if I'm saying. So whose responsibility is this to take her out from that? If she, poor thing, was not able and he was harassing her constantly, then she found no solution, then she committed suicide. So the accountability must be fixed, and this is not a solution to deal the entire problem, that you are just pushing, asking and forcing 500 students to leave university campus. According to media, many female students forced to wait at station because they could not get tickets to go to their home. I mean, what is this? Who is responsible for them? The parents pay this much money and send their children for the higher education. And what is happening here? You know? So you cannot say that this happens with all the Nepali students. Nepali students in so many universities they are studying. They are working in the India also. It's not a case of discrimination. Here the accountability must be fixed on this university. What they were doing, what the administration was doing. Why did not take the stern action against the boy who was harassing her? You know, the molesting the girl all the time. What is this? What was their responsibility? What the provost of that hostel was doing? Wardens were doing. So accountability must be fixed on. They must come out with a reasonable answer, because we have lost a young life, you know. And this is not, I mean, this thing, they take it like that and we will do debate and forget. The people should ask constantly to them, and the government should intervene and ensure that this girl should get justice. This time, this girl should get justice.
Dr. Kapil Kakkar, how do you perceive this case? And it's really shameful that something like this was allowed to happen, and then when it did happen, in a way that it happened, you know, the poor students who are protesting against it had to bear the brunt.
See, we'll have to understand this case step by step, how nonchalant and how insensitive our own educational department across India is. The first and the foremost for any education department, be it school, be it college, be it any kind of engineering or any institute, is that they need to salvage their reputation. The first thing, their objective is never the students. The objective is, how is it that anything which is happening ugly inside the college premises is not leaked out to the media. With this unfortunate incident, hats off to this girl that for 1 month she tried. She was being molested. She registered the complaint. When you asked that Nepalese student, he said, obviously he wouldn't know because these are confidential information. The institute should have been sensitive enough to have reported this to the cops, which they did not. Like I said initially, why? Because their first and the foremost objective is not the students. It's not academics. It is about their own reputation and the commercial aspect of it. Now, when you look at this girl who was being molested and she tried her level best, now what has been done to the Nepalese students after that? Now the question is, why would you want to kick them out of the hostel? What happens to their studies? And they have protested after they came to know that for that 1 month before, something was lodged by that girl. Instead of being sensitive, instead of talking to them, instead of communicating with them with open arms, trying to be with them, What have they done? They have added insult to injury. They have berated them. They have made them look so small. See, for a student, when we go to school, when we go to colleges, your college and school, there is a sense of ownership that you would command from that school and college. And when that sense of ownership is being taken of even a protest about a girl who committed suicide after lodging a complaint, and you're just thrown out of that place. And obviously it's not about discrimination. Unfortunately, this is happening in India because every educational institute, like I'm again at the cost of repetition saying, their first paramount is objective is that their name should not come out, otherwise they would have commercial setbacks in the near future. So that sensitivity both within the colleges and the education department of this country has to see that yes, things might happen, but we have to tell the world that how we need to correct it rather than hiding, and we come to such ramification and consequences that we end up losing life. Imagine what the parents would be going through. From Nepal, they have sent their daughter to a country, and can you imagine, she would never have told it to her parents, thinking that if the parents would come to know what they would have felt, and imagine what they would be. But unfortunately, despite in the education sector, education where empathy is the key, where emotional intelligence is the key, where sensitivity, soft skills are the keys, that all is being messed up with. And that is the most unfortunate part.
All right, Mr. Vinesh Menon, Director General of FICCI Arise, also joins us on the show. Vinesh, are you there with us?
Yeah, can you repeat your question, please?
Well, first up, it's critical to know that what went on over here, and second, it's critical to know why it went on for so long, and third, it's important to know why did not the university put an end to it while having the knowledge that something like this was going on. It led to a suicide. It has led to a problem which has embroiled diplomacies, or rather the lack of it, from both the nations.
Absolutely. I think, this kind of hazing, it's been going on across universities, and, it's just gotten worse over a period of time. In fact, there's been a few cases here in Karnataka too where this has happened and resulted in suicides. And I think, universities need to really own up to the responsibility of ensuring that, the students who come there are not hazed in any way and are not tortured or harassed. And I think this is a very unfortunate incident. And to add insult to injury, rusticating or sending back 500 Nepali students. I mean, their nationality is immaterial here. It's the fact that the university is being extremely insensitive to these students who have obviously spent an arm and a leg to come to school over here. And ensuring their safety is the responsibility of the university. And now, it's not just that a student has passed away. You've pretty much taken an entire community of students just because of their nationality and essentially thrown them out of a university setup. I think this is, the university needs to be, university management needs to be brought to task. Like the previous speakers, both Tahira and Dr. Thakkar have said. And I think this cannot be a one-off case. There are many universities in the country today that attract foreign students. And, in addition to, of course, the foreign exchange that they bring in, the level of education that they get in India is obviously something that many such students aspire to do. And ensuring their safety when they come here and promoting, foreign participation in our university is extremely important. That's one of the reasons why, students go abroad. I mean, I was in the US for, a good 30 years, and I went to universities there. Today, my kids go to universities there, and they ensure the safety of these students. So what the university has done in one, of course, abdicating their responsibility in ensuring that student should never have been harassed in the first place, and secondly, throwing out an entire community of students, completely unacceptable. And I think both the university management, as well as the principal and the others who are responsible, need to be brought to book on this.
Tahiraji, we've spoken about sensitization, for a number of issues that talk about violating the rights of people, whether they be mental, whether they be physical, whether they be, common in nature. Once again, we are at a precipice where education needs to be reformed and education sensitization needs to be improved. What are the steps you would recommend so something like this does not repeat?
Yes, of course.
Personally, I feel that
Tahiraji, that's for Tahiraji. Tahiraji, that's for Tahiraji. One second, that's for
The
Tahiraji.
whole system needs to be sensitized, this education, especially the private institute, I'm telling you. These private institutes are only minting money. They are doing business. They are selling education. Now people give money, send their children, and what happens after that? Whose responsibility is this? They're so insensitive, these institutions. This girl has, the complaint has been lodged by the victim. Then too, no action was taken. Then what happened? She committed suicide. We have lost one more life, important life. Parents lost her daughter. So what is this? I'm saying, why not accountability is fixed on these institutions where the complaint has been lodged? Who were these? Where it was lodged with the proctor office of wherever it was lodged, or with their warden. Action must be taken against those people, against the higher officials of the institution also, what they were doing, why they did not take action. Girl was molested. It's not a serious matter for the institution that their student has been molested and no action has been taken. Then what will happen? That accused become more fearless. He committed again crime. So I think the action must be stringent. Punishment must be taken against those people and accountability must be fixed on the institution. And these institutions must be sensitized. And the psychological, this whole thing that how to psychiatric and psychological, all these kind of people must be part of the educational system to deal this kind of problem. So girl can go and say, and there must be sexual harassment committee. Who is in charge of sexual harassment committee? That's supposed to be in each and every university. And what action they have taken when the complaint has been lodged? These are the questions that must be answered. Otherwise, every time we will debate and we'll talk, yes, the institution must be sensitized, police sensitization is important. But thing is this, that we cannot wait for them to become more sensitive to deal this problem. What they are doing, one student, important student lost her life, and a 500 student, you are just force them out of the campus. And the female students are forced to wait at the railway station because they could not get the ticket to go home. Who will take the responsibility of these girls who are just waiting at the railway station? So, these are things that now the government must intervene into it. It's a high time. Government must come into it and ask this institution that how you are running this institution, where you're not able to give the proper security, and girls cannot live without fear. You are not able to create that atmosphere for our female students. What kind of institution is this? So I think the action must be taken. We cannot wait that they must be sensitized, the whole system, and they become sensitive toward the issues. Action must be taken. This is a crime has been committed in the campus, so action must be taken against.
All right.
Accountability must be fixed.
All right, Mr. Kakkar, Mr. Menon, Tahira ji, appreciate you joining us. We've run out of time. We're going to take a short break now. Be right back.